Hey guys, welcome back to part 5 for this tutorial on how to build this mansion. Here in this one, we're going to be sure to finish the rest of the interior layout for the first floor of the house, and if we have time, we'll also be sure to head on up to the second floor. I gathered up all the rest of the blocks we're going to be using here for the first floor. So you can see I have some quartz bricks, chiseled quartz blocks, smooth quartz blocks, smooth quartz stairs, iron trapdoors, lever, chain, lantern, sea lantern, and then I have some gray, white, and light gray concrete, then a dark oak trapdoor, stair, stripped dark oak log, the dark oak planks, and a dark oak slab. And then we have the andesite, the stone bricks, and the cobblestone. And then right here I have some regular quartz stairs and regular quartz slabs. Let's start here at the entrance of the house and we'll fill in the floors. I'm going to be using the quartz bricks. I'll flip around and look at the front door, and I'll go down here at the left, right in front of this white concrete, right here in this corner. I'm going to bring a strip of the quartz bricks out by 12 towards the back. Let's go ahead and bring it over until we're lined up where that quartz is. So starting right here, we'll just bring a strip across and stop it there. Let's be sure to also fill in a strip right here, lined up where these quartz bricks are for the outside. And now, let's bring this out until it's lined up with that side. We can now fill in all the space in the middle. Let's be sure to grab the stripped dark oak log. I'll just swap out this iron trapdoor. And I'm going to have it right here where this doorway is to separate the floors for the entrance and the floors for the hallway. Now let's continue filling in the walls. I first want to go over here and just remove this top block. So this should now be 6 blocks in height. But now let's continue with the white concrete. We're going to go along the top of the front door, and then you can work your way down to the bottom. Now let's add an additional layer here towards the right. We'll then add another one out. We're going to have a doorway here, which is just going to be 4 blocks wide. So let's go ahead and just place 4. And then the 5th one will be here, which will be the rest of the wall. So we could then just delete these 4. So this is where the doorway will be. Let's go ahead and bring this up to the same height as that other wall. Right there. We could then add 2 layers going across the top here. So now we have a 4x4 for the doorway. We already have 1 space here. Let's go ahead and continue pushing this back by another 7. We could then completely fill this in with white concrete. And we're going to have another door right here, which is going to be 5 blocks wide. So what I'll do is just place 5. And then this will be the 6th space. We could go ahead and delete these. So we're just left with that 5 block space. Let's add another block right here. And then another one next to the door. We could then bring up this corner to the same height as that wall. So just like that. We could then add the 2 layers going across the top. And now we have a 5x4 space here. And now here at the back door, let's go ahead and add another layer going across the top. And a layer going along the side. Let's now switch to the stripped dark oak log. We'll have this where the doorway will be. So just like we did it on this side. And then we'll go over here and do the same thing. We could then just delete these temporary blocks. Now let's add the frame for the door. So we're going to be using the dark oak trapdoor and the dark oak stairs. So the same design that we've done everywhere else. Here for these floors, I want to be sure to have it as dark oak planks. So let's go ahead and switch to those. We have the sea lantern here. I'll go ahead and just place it like that. We could then delete this one. And now we'll be able to completely fill all of this in. So for now, this is going to be the entrance of the house. We're going to have the staircase going up here to the second floor. We'll worry about that maybe towards the end of this video. Let's now just continue with the rest of the rooms that we have over here. Let's continue with the dark oak planks. We're going to be filling in all the floors here, and this is going to be the living room. So I'll look over here at this front wall, right next to this wall that we just placed. We'll go down here at the bottom, and we'll bring out a strip of dark oak planks until we are 4 spaces after the edge of this window. So we have 1 space right here, so we need another 3. So you can see this is where it leaves off. Now, we're going to go ahead and continue filling in all of this space throughout here. So first, let me go ahead and maybe just move that sea lantern. We can maybe have another one back here as well. So, lined up where we just placed all those dark oak planks, we're now just going to completely fill all of this in. So I'll go over here along this side, bring a strip straight across all the way to the back until we meet up with this concrete. Over on this side, we'll bring this straight across until we meet up with that wall. And then we'll bring this all the way over, fill this little strip in here, and now you can see we'll fill in all this space throughout the middle. Let's now start filling in the walls here for this living room. I'll look at this front wall first. You can see we have this space here. We'll go ahead and bring this up with the white concrete. And we're going to have it an extra layer right here. So just be sure to leave this wall here, where the entrance of the house is, as 1 block lower. Everything else we'll go ahead and bring all the way up. It'll then make it easier to place our crown molding later. Now let's continue on. So, over here at the right, we'll go ahead and bring this over just 1 more block further than the edge of the dark oak planks here. We'll bring this up to the same height, so it's just 7 layers. Like that. We could then add another layer going out here. So you should now see 4 blocks remaining here. Now, we're going to have a doorway here. It's just going to be 4 blocks wide. So what I'll do is place 4 blocks like that. We then have the 5th one. We could then delete these 4. We'll bring this up, so it'll be 7 blocks in height, so it's the same height as everything else. And then we're going to have 3 layers here at the top. So now we're left with a 4x4. Now, let's continue pushing this wall all the way back to that wall. So we'll just go right here along the bottom first, and then just start working your way up. Now let's look at this back wall. We'll go here towards the right. We have the single space here again. Bring it all the way up until it's 1 block higher. We could then add the extra layer across the top and fill in this space right here. And now let's go ahead and delete this space right here. So we'll go ahead and just bring it all the way up till right there is fine. And then let's go back down here at the bottom, and we're going to replace this block of andesite with some dark oak planks. So now we're just left with a single space here in the corner. Now let's look back over here at this doorway. We'll have the stripped dark oak logs here at the bottom. And then let's add the frame. So we have the dark oak trapdoors and the dark oak stairs. So now that's about it for now here in the living room. We'll then go through this door, and we have a little hallway here with a half bathroom and access to the garage. Make sure you have the white concrete, and we'll look over here at the right side first. Where these two spaces are, we'll go ahead and fill in a total of 4 blocks like that. Here at the left, we'll go ahead and fill in these 2 spaces, and then bring this over until that white concrete. Now, let's look over here on this side. We're going to add an additional layer on this wall. So we'll go ahead and bring this out by 4 like that. Now here at the edge where we just left it off, we'll go ahead and add an additional layer there. And now we'll line up with it on the other side and add 2 more layers here. So we're left with 2 spaces here in the middle. Now let's delete this block and this block. And on top of this rectangular shape that we have going on here is going to be a layer of chiseled quartz blocks. And I'm going to be using light gray concrete, and we'll have 4 layers on top of this chiseled quartz. And then we got to be sure to replace this white concrete here along the edge of the window as well. So now this is just going to be a little half bathroom. If you wanted to instead have a laundry room here, that'll work out too. It'll be up to you, because I actually didn't add a laundry room for this build. Now let's switch to the chiseled quartz blocks. And this is just a 3 by 5 space. Let's switch to the light gray concrete. We'll go here at the top and bring this down by 3 layers. We can now switch back to the white concrete, and we're going to be adding an extra layer in front of this. So we're going to have different walls here for this little hallway, and then we have the walls for the bathroom. So we'll look here at the left. We have this strip here. Go ahead and bring this up to the same height as these walls here. We could then add an extra layer across the top. Let's go ahead and fill in this wall. Just make sure not to cover up the opening for the doorway. And then we're going to have a doorway over here leading into this garage. So I'll look here at the left, right next to the edge of this doorway from the living room. We're going to be leaving a space here, so we're going to be right here on this space. With the white concrete, we'll just bring this up by 7, so to the same height as everything else. And we're going to have a 4 block wide doorway here. So what we could do, you know what, we'll go at the top. We'll bring it down by 3. Go ahead and bring it out by 5. So that is 4. This is 5. And then we could go ahead and bring this down. So now we have a 4 by 4 here for this doorway. And then let's continue filling in the rest of this wall. So we're going to have these 2 spaces here. We can now go on the other side and continue filling the rest of this in. So it'll just be a strip straight across. So this space here we're just going to cover up. So now let's continue filling in the rest of this wall. So just brought it up to the same height like that. And now because we're going to be removing all this grass here for the driveway, that means all the walls are going to be brought all the way down to this grass level. So what we could do is now add an additional layer down here at the bottom where these spaces are, as well as for this wall. Like that. Let's grab the stripped dark oak logs. We'll go where the bathroom is, and And we'll go ahead and fill in these 4 spaces here. It'll just be the logs sideways like this, just like we've done it everywhere else. It'll just be doubled up here now. We already have that one there. And we're not going to worry about anything here because we have a little step down, so it's a little bit different. But now, the rest of the floors here will be filled in with the quartz bricks. Let's be sure to move that sea lantern out of the way. So now we'll have the layer of quartz bricks within the edge of this space. So we have those floors filled in. Let's be sure to fill in the extra space in between this opening. Right here. And then we'll flip around, and this will be the only use for the regular quartz stairs and slabs, so let's go ahead and use them. So we'll switch to the stairs. We'll place 4 lined up where those quartz bricks are, and then we'll have a slab on each side. So now this is just a little step down into the garage. You can then go ahead and get rid of the regular quartz stair and the regular quartz slab so you don't accidentally use them for the smooth quartz parts. And now we could switch to the dark oak trapdoors and the dark oak stairs. We'll have a frame here for this doorway, so just a stair in each corner with the trapdoors. Like that. And now we have the bathroom door, so we have the stairs right next to each other at the top. And then the trapdoors along the side. So now let's carry on into the garage. Let's switch back to the white concrete. And we're going to go ahead and fill in the extra layer of the wall all along the outer edge. So I'll start over here. We're going to go all the way down to the grass. We'll bring this strip all the way over until we meet up here at the edge of this wall. We could then go right here and continue on until we meet up all the way over there. So we could then just stop it right here. We don't have to worry about filling in that final space because it'll then just be covered up when we place this layer right here. So I brought that over until we meet up at the edge of this wall. We can now add another layer right here. Now let's look at the sides of the garage doors. So I am going to have some dark oak trapdoors along the outer edge. That way we could cover up these levers. So what I'm going to do first is just add an extra layer right here below that lever. We could then go up along the doorway and then work your way back down on this side. Now what we could do is switch to the dark oak trapdoor. It'll then make it a lot easier to place it right up against that concrete. And then where the lever is, we could go ahead and just crouch and place it up against it. And now let's continue on along the side and across the top. And then work your way back down. Go ahead and crouch for this one as well. And then continue down all the way to the ground. So now this is what the garage door is looking like. Now let's switch back to the white concrete. We'll go ahead and have another block right here. We have another 3. And then we'll bring this over for the remaining 3. Let's do the same thing here for this door. So we'll have the 2 blocks here. Go ahead and work this along the outer edge and back down. And then we have the trapdoors the same way. We can now continue with the white concrete. You can see we already have 1 layer at the bottom. So these walls are going to be 9 blocks. So we have the 1. We want to be sure to bring it up by another 8. So up until there. So now we'll just continue going all the way around and filling it all in. And we could also add an additional layer right here at the top. Now let's be sure to switch to the dark oak stairs. And I'm going to have these below and above all the windows in here, just to add a little bit more to it, because as you can see it looks pretty empty. But just doing something as simple as adding stairs below and above the window like that just adds so much more to it. So I'm going to go through and do that for all the other windows in here. Uh-oh, don't want to do that. Aw, man, I have to go on the outside now and fix that. So we have white concrete and the lever, and I think it's good now. Yeah, don't do that. There we go. Let's go ahead and continue. Alright, there we go. Went ahead and added all those stairs now. Now, you can see we have to replace all this grass. So let's go ahead and just move a few of these items out of the way. And we'll grab the andesite, the stone bricks, and the cobblestone. And we're just going to have a mixed up pattern between these, just like how we did it for the driveway on the outside. So I'm going to go through and delete this first layer of grass, and then just add that little mixed up pattern. So I just finished up with the floors in here, and we have a little arch right here down the middle that I decided to add with a bunch of quartz. And then we could fill in at the ceilings and add some lights throughout in here. And then the garage will be done. So for the arch down the middle, I'm going to have the full blocks of the smooth quartz and the smooth quartz stairs. And then we have the iron trapdoor, the lever, the chain, and the lantern. So we'll start with the full blocks. We'll look over here at the left, right at the edge of the dark oak trapdoors here. We'll go down at the bottom, and we'll bring out 3 blocks like that. We'll go on over to this side. We'll go ahead and bring this out by 2, just lined up with it. Now we'll go on the other side. We'll be sure to skip this space in the middle. We'll start right here and fill in 3. We'll flip around, look over here, and fill in 2. We could then add an additional 8 layers on top of all of these, so it'll be 9 in total. Now across the top, we'll bring it down by 3. We'll go on this side and do the same thing. Now in each corner here at the top, I'm going to have an upside down smooth quartz stair. At the bottom, in between these spaces, we could have a stair facing up. We could then have one upside down, one space below these ones for the corner, so right around there is fine. We'll do the same on this side, so one stair down there at the bottom, another one right here. We could then switch to the smooth quartz block, fill in this space right here. We'll go to this side, fill in these spaces as well. And now, let's switch back to the smooth quartz stair. We'll have another one right down the middle. Now, I'm going to switch back to the smooth quartz block and have this space filled in as well as this space right above where those stairs are. And then right down the middle here, we could have another upside down smooth quartz stair with a block in the middle just one space higher. You could then switch back to the iron trap doors. I'm going to have 3 right here at the top on each side. And then I'm going to have 1 on each side below the smooth quartz stairs. We could flip around and do the same thing over here. And then you can see we have to flip those down. So this is where we're going to have the lever. We're going to have it right here, point it down, so now the trapdoor flips down. We'll then do the same on the other side. And then we'll go on over here and do it again. You can now switch to the chain. And we'll have one underneath all of these levers with a lantern below it. And you know what? I'm thinking, what if we actually shifted this stair down and had a full block right here? I feel like that kind of makes more sense. It gives it a bit of a cleaner look. I feel like that stair right there in between the trapdoors is just a little bit too much. It looks a bit strange. So I have a full block there, and then that stair just one block lower. And now how about we go ahead and have another iron trapdoor right here in the middle, instead of just leaving it empty, because it does look a little bit off with having the extra trapdoor here. So let's go ahead and delete this block. We could then just have a lever right here, and then have the iron trapdoor again. We could then flip that lever, and there we go. Let's go ahead and delete that block. Go ahead and have a lever, trapdoor, flip that. So there we go. Now let's go through with some sea lanterns. We're going to be continuing with the iron trapdoors. We're also going to need some white concrete, and I'm just going to have some lights in the floor, just so that it's bright enough in here. So if I were to delete this, you can see how it's a little bit dark. So how about we go here into this corner, we'll delete this block, replace this dirt with white concrete. We could then have a sea lantern right here, and then a trapdoor on the same layer as the floors. So now we just have a nice light source here. We could then go over here, maybe do it for this corner as well. And let's see where else. We have the lanterns there in the middle, so we don't need anything over there. So we could go ahead and have another one in this corner. Like that. So let me go ahead and delete this. And yeah, I think that's bright enough. So now we just have to go through and do all the ceilings for the first floor. And yeah, I think that's about all we're going to have time to do in this video. So we'll be sure to leave the staircase and the entrance and everything for the second floor for the next video. So let's go through and do all of the ceilings now. So now for all the ceilings, we have a sea lantern for a light source. And then we have the white, light gray, and gray concrete. Then some dark oak stairs, dark oak slabs, dark oak trapdoors, and stripped dark oak logs. Let's go ahead and head on into the dining room. We'll start over here first. So, we're going to be using gray concrete for the ceilings in here. It's going to be one block higher than we placed these walls. So we could go on this layer, and then just go through and completely fill all of this in with gray concrete. You can see here, we're going to be meeting up with these walls that we placed for the upper level. So we could go ahead and delete this little bit of extra layer that we have here, so that we can now just continue our ceilings. Let's be sure to add a couple lights in here, so that once we add the rest of the design for the ceiling, we'll be able to see. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. I'll head on into the main part of the house. And we have this hallway, this kitchen, and this living room, as well as this little hallway right here is going to be light gray concrete. And once again, it's going to be one block higher than we placed all of the walls. So make sure here for the living room, you're not paying attention to this wall, but you're paying attention to all these walls that are one block taller. So when you look at the windows, you should still have two spaces above them until you meet up with the ceiling. Same thing here for all of this space. So we have the two spaces until we meet up with the ceiling. And then here in the dining room, because we have these windows that are one block taller than all the rest, we have two spaces above these ones, but then three spaces above all the others. We have this hallway, two spaces as well. And so yeah, go back in here where the living room is and continue this on. So now this is what the living room is looking like. You're still going to be seeing this extra strip right here. This is where the crown molding is going to be, so that'll all be covered up. Now let's head on into this little hallway area. Gonna go ahead and fill this space in, once again at that same layer. Now you can switch to the white concrete. I decided to use that here for this bathroom because we have walls that are light gray concrete already. Let me go back down. Fill that in. So there we go. Oh, it looks like we missed a strip right here. Let's go ahead and fill this in. Let's go into this bathroom. This will be white concrete again. So just one block higher than where we placed the walls again. So now we have this bathroom done. Let's head on into the garage. And this is going to be light gray concrete. So just one block higher than where we placed all of these walls. Go ahead and now just fill all of this in. So now these ceilings are filled in here for the garage, and you can see it's a little bit dark up there, so we will have to add some extra light. But now let's head back through, and I'll just start all the way back over here where we started in the dining room. And we have to add all the crown molding, we have some beams, and some extra light to add. We'll start with the dark oak stairs. We'll place these upside down here along the top around the edge. And then I'm going to have a beam going right down the middle. So let's go ahead and move the sea lanterns out of the way. And we're going to switch to the stripped dark oak log. We could delete a stair right here in the middle. Have a strip of the logs going straight across. We could then have a dark oak slab on each end, like that. Now let's have some other little beams in the opposite direction. So we can maybe skip over 3 spaces right here, so we're lined up here on this 4th space. And you know what, we're going to have to grab a dark oak plank block. So let's go ahead and grab that, and I'll just swap out that quartz because we're not going to be using that. So, a dark oak plank right there. We could then go on the other side and place it here. And then same over here. So we're going to skip over these first 3 stairs. So we're lined up with this 4th one. And we'll do the same thing over here. And now we could go ahead and have a dark oak stair just upside down below all those blocks. And now you can see we could go ahead and have a sea lantern just in the ceiling right here where the gray concrete is. We'll do the same thing on this side. And then the same thing over here. And now that'll be covered up with some dark oak slabs. And you know what? I just realized the stair is supposed to be right here, and the slab is supposed to be underneath the block. So that just gives it a much cleaner look. So it's looking like this. So we'll do the same over here. We have to replace this stair with a slab, replace this slab with a stair, just kind of flip it around. And now that is all I'm going to do. We could delete that. That's all I'm going to do here for the dining room. Let's head on into this hallway. So we'll continue with the dark oak stairs. Let me go ahead and add a little bit of light in here. And these will just be placed upside down along the edge at the top. And then we could have another beam going right down the middle here. And then how about a slab right here? We could then have a sea lantern in the ceiling. We could cover that up with a slab. And then another slab here. And a sea lantern with the slab again. So we'll leave it at that here for this hallway. This doesn't have to be anything special, it's just a hallway. And now we have the kitchen. Once again, dark oak stairs along the outer edge. And I had another beam going right down the middle here for this space. We could then just have a slab underneath it on each end. And at the original build, I had some dark oak trapdoors going across, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that for this build. I really don't like how it looked. So let's just go ahead and get rid of these dark oak trapdoors, and we'll just have slabs instead like we've done everywhere else. So first, it'll be, how about we leave 2 spaces, so we're lined up here on the 3rd space. Right here in the middle, we could have a sea lantern. We could do the same thing right here. And then same on this side. And then we could have slabs going across. We could then go ahead and delete these sea lanterns. And now the kitchen is done. Let's carry on into this bathroom. And in here, it'll just be dark oak stairs again along the top. We'll go ahead and have a sea lantern right down the middle, and some slabs going across. And we'll leave it at that here for the bathroom. So now we have this entire side all done. We'll go on into the living room. Once again, dark oak stairs along the top outer edge. Make sure to wrap around this little corner here. Just like that. And then I had a beam going right down the middle here for this space. So we're going to delete this stair. So we'll go ahead and bring this straight across. And now you can see it's completely centered on this side. And it's a little bit different over here because we have that corner. Now let's go ahead and have a slab underneath on each end. And then we can have some slabs going in the other direction. So how about we go ahead and have one... I don't really want to overdo it. I think at the original build I kind of did a little bit too much. So how about right here on this 4th space, go ahead and have a sea lantern. And then over here on this side, will be on the 4th space as well. Go ahead and have another sea lantern right around here. And then we'll line it up on this side, as well as right here should be good. So now, let's just have some slabs going across. And you know what, we'll go ahead and have a full block here. We'll have the stair and the slab. So it's looking like this. So, now, we could go ahead and delete these. It is going to be a little bit dark in here still, but we do have to add all the decorations, which will have more light added. But anyway, we're going to leave it at that here for the living room. We'll carry on into this hallway. Stairs around the top again. And in here, I think I just had a slab in each corner, so what we could do is just add a couple sea lanterns, and then just add a little slab in each corner. Adds a little design like that. We could then delete this. Head on into this bathroom. This one will be pretty simple, just wrapped around the top. We could then just have a sea lantern right down the middle, and a slab. Head on into the garage. This is the final space. Stairs just along the outer edge. We'll do the same on this side. And now let's just add some slabs throughout here. It doesn't have to be anything special. So how about we go in this direction? We can add a sea lantern here and here, and then a slab going across like that. We'll do the same for this space. So right around here and here, so just like right down the middle, and have slabs. So yeah, I usually like to leave the garages pretty simple. And now, that is going to be all we're going to be doing here in this video. So this took a little bit longer than I expected, so I don't think we're going to have time to really do much else. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it at that here for part 5 for this tutorial on how to build this mansion. I will see you guys in part 6. We'll be continuing the interior layout.